should we start off? Okay. So my so-called friends and family. Let's start off with that. They think that they think that I believe in whatever they're selling. You know, whatever story they come up with, where they're like, oh, you know, do you remember this when you were, drugged? Because these experiences that I have when I have been drugged in the past, these experiences that you have, they sort of create like this fake reality. It's sort of like a hallucination. And, for so long, they've been regurgitating the same story where they're like, hey, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you recall these memories here? And so forth. And a very good friend of mine actually told me, he was like, hey, they've been fucking with you. They've been fucking with your mind. They've been drugging you this entire time. I'm just here to make it apparent to you that, whatever actions you want to take going forth from here on out is up to you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't realize that that's what happened. So now whenever my so-called friends and family say something like, oh, do you remember this, and that, I just agree with them. I agree with them, and I go like, whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever you want to tell yourself that allows you to feel better about yourself, go ahead and do that. If that makes you feel better, if that makes you feel in control somehow, then go ahead and do that. But I no longer believe anything that you say. So you can say whatever you want all day long, but at this point I'm like, nah, dude, I don't believe shit that you say. So there's that. So let's start off with the let's go with the conversation that I had with the police officer prior to January 1st, 2025. The incident that happened on New Year's. So the police officer asked me, he was like, hey, by any chance were you drugged that night? Because I saw a video of you and this and that. And I ended up telling the police officer, he's located in the Fontana area, police officer. I ended up telling him, I was like, I'm not really too sure. I can't say that if I was or if I wasn't, But now that I remember clearly everything that happened, yeah, I was drugged. And he was like, hey, do you mind coming in, and do you mind if we do a polygraph test or a lie detector test to get your side of the story and stuff like that? I told him, yeah, I have no problem with that. I can do that. But I live far away. I live miles upon miles away from that place. And he was like, well, there's only a limited amount of time before we have to get all the things together and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, if you can find a way for me to get there, that would be great. I told him that I didn't have the funds, that I don't have the funds to go out there constantly, to say things about the case. But yeah, I definitely was drugged on January 1st. After the incident, I did. They did give me some sort of substance, and I guess I passed out. And they gave me more substance again, and then I passed out again. So just make sure you include that in the police report, because that's probably very important. other than that, is there anything that I'd like to say before I get started here? I don't. I don't really have much to say, to be honest. Like I don't. Well, I do have one thing that I wanted to say, and that is that I'm honestly tired. Like I've been on my own for a really long time, you know. And there's a lot of women out there that like have put their best foot forward. Let's just say that. And it's difficult for me to navigate my own personal relationships because, as you can tell from the incident that happened on New Year's, you know, it's very difficult for me. Sorry, let me just wait for this thing here. It's very difficult for me to allocate my personal emotions into a relationship when I'm dealing with all of these things that I'm going through. And I don't know where I stand in my relationship currently. So that's what prompts me to feel like, I could be out there. I could be out there uh, meeting some woman and potentially going on a date, starting a new relationship, you know, and the fact that I don't know where my relationship stands, it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. It makes me feel like I'm not being catered to. It makes me feel like I'm being pushed off to the side, and I feel somewhat isolated. And for me, this emotional roller coaster between me and the person that I was with, or the person that I'm with, or whatever you want to call that, like I don't know where I stand within my relationship, within my personal relationships. So I'm waiting it out. I've been waiting it out for a long time now, and I'm getting to that point where I'm just like I don't know, because as a human being, you crave the affection of another person, you know, more specifically the opposite sex. And that's where I'm at that point in my life, where I'm just like, I crave that attention. I crave that. It's not like a craving. It's more of like, it's sort of a need, like a biological need. You're hardwired to want to have the affection of someone else potentially. So I'm very, I've been alone this entire time, and that sucks for me because there's women out there who constantly like are like, hey, you can approach me. I'm giving you signals to approach me, and I'm just here like I don't know how to feel, you know. So, for the next couple of months, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about everything, about all this. But I know I'm definitely at my breaking point. I'm definitely low on enthusiasm about what the future holds for my current relationship. So I don't know. I'm off to a rocky start, and I just want to be, you know. Anyways, sorry about that. I know I went on a tangent there, but I just wanted to speak my mind for a bit, and yeah. So who knows what the future holds for me after all this? You know, maybe I'll meet someone maybe I'll meet someone with a family that actually wants me to be around. Maybe I'll meet someone that actually wants to show me that they actually care about me. You know, maybe I'll meet a woman that's actually on my side. You know, instead of being against me and constantly like throwing me under the bus, maybe I'll meet a woman that's not like that. Maybe I'll meet a woman that's, more leaning towards what I want, or wanting to help me recover from whatever this is. And that's good for me because I've had many relationships, and I know there's a woman out there that feels like that. I know there's a woman out there that feels like, oh, you know, I am going to be on your side. I am going to fight for you. I am going to, no matter what anyone says, I will be there for you. I know that sooner or later, I'm gonna be in a relationship with a woman like that, and it's just a matter of time, and whatever that leads to. It's You see, the thing is that people want my relationship to fail, so they put people against me, and the person that I'm with. They purposely put people against me and the person that I'm with, because they're sort of jealous, or they're sort of like, they don't, because their relationship has failed, or because they haven't found love, or because someone actually cares about me, you know, they feel like, oh, well, I'm going to ruin this person's relationship. I'm going to ruin this guy's marriage, or this guy's future plans with whoever he wants to be with, out of spite, because I'm not happy with my life, or how my life is going, or with my past relationships, you know. But for me, I'm like, you know, the more that you get, the more that you intervene in my relationship, the more it makes me realize about how fucked society is, and how, like, the people at the top don't really have to deal with that shit, because they have the option to be like, well, my relationship is private. I have the money to ensure that my relationship is private, so that nobody intervenes the within the binding relationship of my, you know. And that's the thing, like, I don't have much, so it's not like I can protect the person that I love extensively. I can only do so much, to an extent where I'm like, oh, well, I just can't do anymore, you know. So that's another thing. Another thing is, your favorite artists, your favorite mainstream artists isn't aren't what they say they are. They steal music from others, and then they use that, and they say, oh, well, I wrote this song. It's like, no, you didn't. You stole that from somebody. You stole that song from someone, and now you're using it to propel your career forward. So, it's pretty fucked up that me, who I grew up with nothing, like, I grew up with no money, I grew up very poor, and for someone to come in here and take everything that I built, all the music that I've created, all the content that I've created, for someone to come in and rip that off and say, well, I'm just going to take everything that this person's worked so hard for, I'm going to take it, I'm going to steal it, and I'm going to run with it, and I don't care about this person, so that's essentially what they have done to me. is they stole my music, they stole my content, they stole my ideas, and they're like, oh, well, these are now ours. These are now mine. They're no longer yours, they're mine. Imagine that. Imagine stealing from me. Imagine stealing from me, stealing my intellectual property, knowing that I was born poor, born with nothing, no money, had to work a job, still have to work a job, and then have someone take that from you, take what you have worked so hard for, claim it as their own, and push you off to the side and say, you know what, yeah, whatever. So that's what I have to deal with, you know. Well, the things that I have to deal with is that, like, people constantly wanting to take what I have because they don't they don't have the genuine connection to either the universe or their own consciousness. So they have to take it from someone else to make themselves feel better about themselves, you know. And this is the reason why I'm exposing everything, because I made a deal with them, you know. I told them, hey, you know, I'll write some music for you and I'll create some content for you. Only if you protect my interests. You know, the moment that I see that you're not protecting my interests, then I'm just gonna expose everything. I'm gonna lay it out all, you know. So that was the deal. So that's basically what I'm doing now is I'm bringing everything that the government has been doing. I'm bringing everything that these corporations have been doing. I'm putting a really long spotlight on it so that people know exactly what they're dealing with and the corruption, the level of corruption that I have to deal with every day. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're not going to protect my best interests, if you're not going to protect my interests, then I'm not going to protect your lies, deceptions, and your manipulation and things that you have stolen. So now they're trying really hard to keep me. You know, that's why they've been attacking me a lot lately. Because they're like, you know, we weren't able to be there for you, but we didn't realize that it was a mistake not to be there for you. So we're just gonna try to shut you down. But it's too late now, isn't it? Because now almost half of the world knows all this shit. Anyways, let's do some battles. I know I'm gonna come across some assholes today, but we'll see. We'll see if it's entertaining or if we come across some assholes. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Where you from?
England, mate. Over here.
You said what?
England.
Oh, you're from England? Cool. How you like it out there?
I mean, that's a lot, man.
You were you were born and raised?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So what's up, man? What do you got going on today?
I have to go to bed soon, mate. I have to be up early.
Oh, okay. What do you do for work?
I work on a CNC machine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Cutting marble. Nothing's got marble credit.
Yeah, it's an easy job, isn't it?
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention.
Yeah, is it just like maintenance, or you have to like?
No, I like So basically I got drawing, maybe some files
Yeah.
on the computer.
Right.
Drawing.
Yeah.
And I assign all the tools and that.
Yeah, if I ever go to the UK, I think the first thing I'm going to do is buy some fish and chips, you know.
Yeah, man. You know
Yeah.
what's nice as well? Buy chips and gravy. You get that from the fish and chips too.
I'm not sure if they make that here in this part of America, you know.
Pie, mate, like a meat pie.
But I'm gonna try to look for a fish and chips place somewhere around here.
It's easy to make, bro.
Yeah.
Just look online.
I've never tried it, so it's gonna be my first time, you know.
It won't taste the same as one from the fish and chips shop though, because they use old oil and shit.
Right. So it all tastes the same. Alright, sorry about that.
One president set me up. Moving to the city from Waited to catch me with guns. Take him back me up. He was there. Jesus. Like you open it up with my legs.
So that guy was naked. That was weird. That was a chick at first.
Hollywood.
Hello there.
Hi.
Fuck no. Yeah, I'm good on that. I guess I'll just wait for the next 2 minutes here. Turn this off as well. I kind of feel like logging into my other account because I have skips there and I can use them. So let's see if I could just, I think I'm just going to log into my other account. I'm hoping I have skips there. I'm thinking that I do. Alright. Let's see. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go shave after this. I don't have the exclusive repository, so I guess I'll use this one. Let's see if I have skips. I don't know if I do. Oh. Alright, yeah, I have 9 skips, so I'm good. I'm alright.
Time? Or is it more of a constant background noise on that app?
No, I mean, they try to escalate, but ultimately it's just ridiculous to watch where they're basically dancing and performing for men. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are a joke, they just can't see it because they live in it.
Alright, whatever. Fuck no. Hell no.
very rude people here on it. Yo, what do you say?
Fuck no. Nope. No. I've got 6 skips left. Hello there. Hi. How are you?
Are you living in the street?
Yeah, I'm living in the street. Would you like me to show you inside my house?
Yeah.
I mean my tent. That's my tent right there.
Show me.
Yeah. Fuck no. How about I just skip you? That's insane. I should have asked her the same thing. Fuck no. Okay. This makes things so much easier because I have skips on this account.
Hello.
Hello there. Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Where are you from?
Ontario, California.
Oh, okay, cool. What's it like out there?
What happened?
What's it like out there?
It's pretty ugly outside. Looks like it wants to rain again.
Oh, okay.
What about you? Where you from?
Are you close to the beach or?
A little further to the beach, but not too far.
Ontario, is that in Ventura County?
No, San Bernardino County.
Oh, okay, cool.
What about you? Where you from? Okay.
Yeah. Fuck that. No. Fuck no. I have 2 skips remaining. Fuck no.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. I battled this guy last night, I think. Well, now I have 0 skips. So I guess let's see what we get next.
What's up, bro?
Hi there. Hello.
What we doing?
How are you?
I'm amazing, bro. What about you?
Okay. Are you gonna be mean to me like last time, or are you gonna be chill?
Wait, I was mean to you?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Are you gonna be chill this time?
Okay, but tell me, what did I do last time?
I don't remember. All I remember is you being mean.
I'm not mean, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, bro.
Right.
Well, I wish you would remember what we did, you know?
Yeah.
And stop being mean to me. I'm not, bro. I'm actually a very nice guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that. You'll believe it sooner or later.
I am very nice guy, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And in case you didn't hear me, I'm very fucking nice guy.
Anyways, dude, how's your day going?
My day is going great just because I'm a very nice guy.
Right. Cool. Hey, do you want to see a magic trick?
No.
I skipped them. Alright, let's go to my main account now. I think I might just do one match. Yeah, no, I'll go back inside. I'm gonna end the live stream. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart this thing. Alright. He's like, I'm not mean. I'm a very nice guy. Sure you are. He said the same words in the exact same order last time. He's like, I'm a very nice fucking guy. It's like, okay, cool. Hello there. Hi. What's up? No? Okay. Maybe later though. Alright, I'm gonna do one more, and if I get some fucktard asshole, I'm just gonna end the stream. Cool. What are you up to? Hi Kim. Hi there. Hello. Hi there. Yeah. Anyways. Hi. Well, there you have it. I only got one or two good conversations from that. Everyone else was, anyways. That's it for the live stream. My name is Alex. I live on 107th Street here in Los Angeles, California. 107th, crossing Street of San Pedro. So 107th and San Pedro. And, yeah. So that's it for today. I know this wasn't as interesting as some of the previous live streams that I've done before. But I'm glad you tune in sometimes, I'm going to get ready to go exercise. And then after that, I'm going to see what the rest of the day holds for me. And, yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining. I'd also like to point out that although some of my previous videos were scripted, they weren't scripted in a way that I'm not. Like, I don't script my videos to make it seem like I'm lying. Whenever I script a video, it's either me saying something that it's hard for me to articulate, or it's either some experience that I've had when I've gone out into the public and had to deal with something that somebody's doing. So I have to mirror that back to that person so that they know exactly how I felt or how uncomfortable they made me feel. And whatever projection they're doing towards me, I kind of have to mirror that in the video so that they can, feel whatever. Anyways, I'd like to say that none of this is scripted, not in the way that it hides the truth, not in the way that it's portrayed to be one could say that most things in life are scripted, but you're kind of just following a blueprint. So that's probably the best way that I can rephrase to articulate that, is that, I have this blueprint laid out, and I have to sometimes go according to that. And then I use that blueprint to set forth some of my videos, you know, and in future reference, you know, I like to say things that are not in contrast with the truth. You know, I like to give you things that align with the truth because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. I know there's a lot of people telling lies and spreading rumors and just causing havoc for people, you know. So I'm here to just tell you that whenever I make a video, it's either about me telling some sort of truth, me having a good time, or you know, it's some sort of informational video. And I don't have full control of the things that I can give you right now, because this is only the beginning stages of my progress, you know. So later in the future, once I get more followers, more subscribers, more people tuning in, then I'll be able to lay out everything in the way that I can tell my story and I can help you understand the things that I've been through in my life. I'm currently 30 years old, and I've lived here for maybe like 25 years, you know. I was born in California, so I was born here, and you know, I've seen a lot of stuff here, and the fact that drugs are pouring into this side of the country. Meanwhile, the government is telling us that it's illegal for people to have hard drugs. They're not really doing much about it. You know, they're not really implementing or enforcing the law where they're like preventing people from bringing drugs into the country, or preventing people from allowing these drugs to come into the country. And then those drugs are used on Americans, you know, and then those drugs, you know, then are given to people sometimes without their consent, you know, against their will. And yet the government says, oh, well, you're not allowed to have drugs in this country. But yet, you know, the drugs keep coming in. So that's the that's the double standard of the law. You know, it's like we're here to enforce the law, but we don't want to enforce the law. We're just going to keep these drugs flowing into the country. You know, we're not really going to do anything about it. You know, if they really cared about the law, as they so-called proclaim that they care about the law, these drugs wouldn't even be able to make it here in the first place to begin with, you know. So the fact that these drugs are coming into this country, coming into this side of the country, lets me know that the government doesn't give a fuck about its citizens. It lets me know that the government doesn't care about its citizens. It doesn't care about the well-being of its own population, and yet they want us to go to war to protect the country that's basically not a good country. It goes against the values of every single American, whether you fought for this country or not, you know. And when people wake up and start to see that, then I think things will be a lot different, you know. Up until then, you know, I guess in the future, 5 years from now, you know, these drugs are still going to keep pouring in. You know, there's not going to be much being done. If they really cared about it, these drugs wouldn't even be allowed to begin with. But the fact that they are being allowed means that they're going to keep doing it until you stand up for what you think is right. So I'm going to leave it at that.